And talking about digital device and digital divide, in this case, our second guest will send us a message because the internet line in the country where she lives is not very stable. We come to the question that we were talking about. Now, Nasreen Kuntana is a science and math teacher at Dora Primary School for Girls and in the occupied West Bank city of Al Khalil in Palestine. And she has been shortlisted for the 2021 World's Best Teacher Award. Now, in 2019, she was named Best Teacher in Palestine. And last year, she received the Palestine Achievement and the Excellence Award for supporting education. We have asked Nasreen Kuntana two very important questions. The first being building upon your experience of primary school teacher in the challenging context of Hebron. Could you tell us how education can be fundamental drive to build sustainability, inclusive and resilient societies in the Middle East? Now, in particular, what we want to know is what challenges do you see for girls' education and what are your recommendations to overcome them? The second question being, COVID-19 pandemic has caused the disruption, as we were saying, of education of millions of children around the world, and the most marginalized children, including girls, displaced and conflict-affected children, and children with disabilities are particularly vulnerable to never return to school. Now, in this scenario, what are the innovations you used in the teaching work to secure the continuity of the learning process? So the words is now to Nasreen Kuntana. And there should be a video here.
Peace be upon you. Greetings to all. And thank you for your kind hospitality in this international conference. I'm proud to be here to represent my country, Palestine. I think education in the early stage of a child's life is very important and essential. This is because the child is in this stage of development and represents the basic foundation of society. Hence, when we develop the human being within us, the world is respectively built on solid grounds. As for me, as a teacher in an elementary school, I care about the foundation of children and the development of all aspects of their personalities, thus helping in graduating good citizens capable of coping with the challenges of the 21st century. As for the most important challenges that I face in educating girls in my area is that only few of the uneducated parents are considered about educating their girls, while a large number of educated parents are interested in the matter. However, they are ignorant of the best ways to teach and follow up children. In addition, there's a lack of interest from some girls for mathematics because it is a rigid subject for them. I face these challenges by making my lessons fun in the classroom, promoting learning by playing. I also, outside school perimeters, transfer my experiences to the parents and the local community as much as possible. I think it is important to involve the parents of my students in the educational issues related to their progress of their children, and I encourage them to do that. As you know, the corona pandemic kept many students away from their schools worldwide, which is a sad reality. For my part, I try to reach solutions as much as possible in regards to those students who do not possess easy internet access or those completely without access. I was able to do some innovative work to make it easy for all the students. As for communication methods with the children, I created my channel, my educational page, and provide psychological support and published all the educational content that I designed for my students and for others. I designed educational cartoons about mathematics lessons. I reduced the toughness of the taught material and lightens the children's fear of it. These educational materials receive thousands of views and interactions. I have also taught students how to prepare the contents in cooperation with their families. I also participated remotely in training my peers in different Arab countries on programs and tools that would support the education process and employing the skills of the 21st century. As for the less fortunate students, I prepared a self-learning hand booklet for their sake and asked them to study them at home in cooperation with their parents. I prepared two series of booklets in the subjects of science and mathematics. Understanding revolved around me for science, and my teacher supports me for math by writing an interesting educational scenario involving a brainstorming examples linked to reality and involving the child in carrying out educational tasks in her neighborhood. I also included in the booklet innovative worksheets, educational help tips, issues of citizenship, and attractive illustrations, and I printed nearly 20 color copies free of charge for the students of my school and other marginalized schools. I also share it as a PDF on the network with my peers and other students. These booklets had a refreshing psychological and academic impact on my students and society. In the end, I think it is necessary to prepare such educational materials that promote self-education for students, especially children, to cope with the conditions of the pandemic and any other crisis or emergency events. Thank you all and welcome.
Well, I guess that was very touching to see how intelligent that thought was. So I would like to thank Nazreen Kuntena for witnessing all that on our behalf. So our third guest now